My name is Jessica Thomas. I am a full-time dispatch supervisor at one of our delivery facilities in Los Angeles. My purpose for talking to you today is to discuss the possibility of taking out one of our downtown delivery routes. The reason we would need to do this is on days where the volume comes in light to the building. Those downtown routes typically tend to be under-dispatched. We can use one of those work routes many times in other areas of the city where the volume is heavier, where drivers are over-dispatched. There's usually about 3 routes downtown that are light and under-dispatched that can take on the work of one of those drivers. We would have to sit down with the management, with the supervisor of that area, figure out which drivers could take on the extra work, figure out where the business deliveries would go, figure out where the residential deliveries would go, and also figure out which drivers would take which pickups. Between the 20 drivers that pick up downtown, we could evenly disperse these pickups without over-dispatching those drivers downtown. The drivers, we wouldn't need to add, we wouldn't incur any additional driver costs to add a driver, because we wouldn't be adding a driver. We would just be shifting that driver from downtown to this other area of the city where the deliveries are heading. The downtown drivers are usually about 2 hours under dispatch. They have about 2 hours of downtime between finishing their deliveries and starting their pickups. And at approximately $30 an hour, you're looking at about $60 to $90 per driver, about $240 worth of savings in just regular wasted time that we're paying the drivers. And then with this new route that we would put in other areas, we would be eliminating between 3 and 6 hours of overtime, $45 an hour, anywhere from $150 to $300. In addition to the wage costs, we would be reducing the risk of an injury or an accident. The longer the drivers are on road, the more miles they drive. The increase is to the risk of an accident. Accidents are costly to the company. Depending on the severity of an accident, it can cost the company as much as half of the year's salary for one of the drivers. It would also reduce the risk of an injury. The more stops the driver has, the more times he steps in and out of the truck, the higher the risk of him getting an injury, hurting his back, hurting his knees, hurting his ankle. And we want to make sure that our drivers are provided with a safe working environment. We don't want to overwork them and provide them with the potential to get injured. Injuries are costly as well. We have to compensate them for the injury. Also, on top of compensating them for the injury, we have to find somebody to take over their delivery route. So we're essentially paying 2 people. We would also have a slight increase in the miles driven because the downtown delivery drivers deliver close by the building. The other routes are a little bit further out, but we would also save money, like I said earlier, with the wages. This would be fairly simple to implement. It wouldn't be time consuming, just a matter of putting together an effective plan in order to make sure that these drivers are not over-dispatched. And as long as we're smart in the way that we do it, as long as we're not over-dispatching the downtown drivers by taking out this route to alleviate over-dispatched other areas, this is a plan that could work very well on occasion, not an everyday thing. But the cost and savings, as well as safety, are very important to the company. We want safety and profitability. We want to get the packages delivered in the most efficient way possible. So as long as we are able to do that in a smart way, this is a plan that could actually work very well for us.